Hello, hello, hello. This is Gresh from the I Am CEO podcast, and I have a very special guest back on the show today. I have Hania Issa back on the show. Hania, excited to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, Chris, for having me.
Yeah, super excited to have you on, talk about all the awesome things that you've been working on and been doing. We had Hania on episode 991 of our podcast back during the pandemic. We were virtually.
Yes.
Now we're here in person. So excited to have you here at Intelligent Office in Alexandria.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So I wanted to hear a little bit more on what you've been working on, all the awesome things. We'll let you get started with your business and what you've been working on since we last started.
Sure. So I love art. I love drawing, and I have an eye for beauty. So I started as a fashion designer. I studied fashion design in college, and I worked in the fashion design industry. And working with models, that led me to fall in love with makeup. And I love the relationship with clients doing makeup and offering beauty services. So I studied beauty in a beauty school, and I've been working in the beauty industry since then. I've been an employee for over 15 years. The last 3 years, when we did the episode, I was working from home. I had a home studio, and I finally achieved my lifelong dream of opening my own business, a beauty studio awesome. In Potomac. Thank you so much. Yes.
That's where you are. I absolutely love that. And I think so many times when, one of the things I'm most excited about when doing this interview, getting to have guests back on the show, is to hear like where they've been from where they started, and hearing that you had that lifelong dream and that dream is now a reality and you're doing really awesome things is super exciting.
Thank you. And who knows, the next episode, I don't know.
Have a whole empire, have a whole franchise and everything. We're going to speak it into existence.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So Beauty by Hania, right, is everything that you've been able to build. Could you take us through a little bit more on like what you're doing and how you're helping support clients?
Sure. So I offer 3 categories of services. Okay. First, I'm a professional makeup artist. Okay. So I offer makeup for events, bridal makeup lessons. I am also a licensed esthetician, so I offer skincare services, facials. Okay. And also I'm an eyebrow expert, so I offer eyebrow services from shaping and tinting, which they are temporary to a more permanent solution, the cosmetic tattoo or permanent makeup, and more known as the microblading or powdered brows.
Okay, that makes sense. And so a lot of times it's going to be people that are having specific events, or they can come in on a regular basis,
on
right?
a regular basis, especially for maintaining services like eyebrows. They come like once a month. Okay. So I do have this long-term relationships with clients, which nice. I love.
Nice. That makes sense. And I imagine being able to kind of grow that, especially during the pandemic, and your expertise and your knowledge and be able to grow from there has been awesome.
Absolutely. It was fascinating. Like when I launched my business during the pandemic, it was scary.
Yeah, of course.
And I took so much precaution in my house. I was like putting masks on, and people putting their, masking and wearing shoe covers and everything.
The booties.
And my business doubled every year. And I do feel that I can credit that to the relationship that I built in my community and my sincere desire to help people.
Right. That makes so much sense. But I also want to throw out that 15 years that you talked about working in the industry, because I think so many times when people see, like, especially all the great work I know you have on your Instagram and you have on your site, they don't see all the work that you put in over the years to do those things. So I think, of course, having those relationships, but of course, being really good at what you do probably helps out a little bit too.
That is true. And I think what makes my business unique is like, you heard the business advice that you have to niche down, and you can be good at only one thing. Like it's better to be good at one thing. For me, I'm going against niching down. Okay. I offer a range of services, complementary services, between the makeup, the eyebrows, and the skincare. It's like a one-stop shop for clients. They can come in, and that actually helps build trust between me and the client. Like, for example, when a client come in for makeup and she has acne, I don't only cover her acne and just do makeup. I offer her tips for her skin, and it's like a complete conversation. It
Right.
doesn't stop there.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. And I think once you build that connection or relationship, like you said, if you're doing the eyebrow or the micro blading,
Mhm.
you built that relationship, that connection. And I'm sure they're probably like, hey, do you do this? Do you do this? And I'm sure
Exactly.
that probably has
Yes.
led to that as well.
Absolutely, and it's not that common to find somebody who offer all these things. And uh, like I really pride my business on customer service and like
Right.
exceptional customer service. And my business is centered around my client, their satisfaction. You know,
Mhm.
I go above and beyond to make them feel good because guess what? That makes me feel good.
Exactly, exactly. Why can't you create a win-win-win where everybody gets to win at
Absolutely. Yes, yes,
that?
yes. I get so much satisfaction from that,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit,
Yes.
and I want to ask you for what I call a CEO hack. So this
Okay.
could be like an app, a book, or even a habit that you have. What's something that makes you more effective and efficient?
I'd say time. We
Okay.
can all agree that we don't have enough time, right? We
Right, right,
always
right.
like we want more time. You can't scale your time, so
Yeah.
I'd say delegate the task that they are important, but you know you don't maybe have time for it, or they're not like a core, you know, in your business. For example,
Right.
for me, bookkeeping, I don't like to do it, and it takes so much time. So I hired a bookkeeper, and that
Right.
even though like I pay for it, but that give me time to work on the task that I like to work on, like
Right.
maybe on marketing, on social media, which I love to do. So
Yeah.
I would say delegate. And if you are in a business where you take appointment,
Hmm.
I would say automate.
Yeah.
I used to take appointment by
Hands.
by text and email, and I was all over the place.
Right.
So now I have a system where clients can book online. It's easy and convenient. So this is the two things: delegate and automate.
Yeah, I love that. Delegate and automate and do that as many times as you can because it's so powerful. And like you said, like I think time's the most valuable resource that we all
Absolutely.
have, and we don't have nearly enough as we want to have, as you said so well. So I think being able to kind of lean into those things are absolutely huge.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So what would you consider to be what I call a CEO nugget? A little bit more word of wisdom or piece of advice, but it might be something if you were to hop back into a time machine, you would tell your younger business self.
All right. So if you are a business owner, or if you are starting out, or if you have a dream, I would say you don't have to know all the answers to that big dream. You only have to know the answer to your next step. That's it. For me, I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound cheesy. Journaling.
Okay.
I didn't believe in journaling before,
Mhm.
but for 4 months, I wrote down every day my dream.
Oh,
I wrote down
nice.
I want to open my own studio. And
Mm.
even though in the back of my head I had doubts and like, oh, it's too expensive, my
Yeah.
kids are too young, I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
I wrote it down because when you write down your dreams, it becomes a goal.
Yeah.
And with goal, you can make a plan and
Right.
take actionable steps. And I used to write down, okay, what do I need to do to get a little bit closer
Yeah.
to the next step? And that actually led me to realize I needed to hire a coach, a mentor.
Mm.
So I found someone. She's in the permanent makeup industry. She has salon, and she scaled her business.
Yeah.
So I hired her, and that was the best investment. She gave me answers and clarity and confidence that I can have my own place. And you know, through the work and through journaling, I realized I needed to look for, let's say, spaces, rental area. And
Right.
when I start looking, I was overwhelmed with the choices, and I felt it's too expensive.
Right.
So I hired a real estate agent. She's focused on helping small business owner,
Right.
and she helped me find the perfect place, the perfect size, and the
Nice.
perfect location.
Nice.
And she became my client.
There you go. There you go. Another win-win-win.
Exactly. But it's so important to reach out to your community
Right.
for help.
Right.
It's rarely that if you see someone that, you know, they made it, it's rarely they made it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So you reach out to your community, get help, because people are helpful.
Right.
Yeah, so that's when the relationship and the importance of the relationship, you know, how it comes valuable.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. I think it's so powerful, and I think freeing to know you don't have to know all the answers and do all of the things. And there's a quote like, you can see so much further by standing on the shoulders of giants. And I think once you figure out like what your lane is, what you're going to be really great at, and being able to find partnerships or relationships, the real estate agents that you talked about, like all those people, the coach, help you to be more of yourself so that you can rely on or lean on or partner with other people is so powerful.
Exactly. And you don't know what door will open for you. You just have to be open and again, just look for the next step, small step.
Right.
And you might have to take a different turn or change your mind or change the course of action, but it's all going to work out at the end to your end goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love how powerful that journaling piece is. I don't want to jump past that because I've read, I don't know what the statistic is, but the bottom line is you're more likely to achieve a goal if you write it down. And the fact that you were writing it down on a regular basis, I feel like made it realer and realer and realer. And look at us now. We have
absolutely. It's like magic. People start writing.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody's going to be writing. Why do you think I'm writing so much? So there you go. I'm taking notes. We're putting things into what is going to happen. So Hania, truly appreciate that.
Cool.
Appreciate all the awesome things you're doing. So now I got to ask you my absolute favorite question.
Okay.
The definition of what it means to be a CEO. And my goal is to have different quote unquote CEOs on this show. So Hania, what does being a CEO mean to you?
Being a CEO is finally having the opportunity to translate my vision into reality, into building a business that is based on customer service, on client satisfaction and client experience, and making a positive impact on the community. When a client come in and she feels beautiful and confident, she feels positive and she makes positive impact on her family and her surroundings. So it's I like to think about it as like a cycle of positivity.
Yeah, absolutely. I love when you have that opportunity to kind of see. It's kind of like that rock where you take it and you throw it in the ocean, and then it starts to reverberate and ripple everywhere, and it starts to make that impact. And I love, again, like that vision to reality, because we're literally talking about something that you wrote down on a regular basis. You had that vision and it becomes a reality. So I think it's very powerful when you're able to do that. And by doing that, you're helping out so many other people in the community, as you said so well.
Yeah, I hope so. That was my dream. I wanted to create a sanctuary for my clients to come in. They feel beautiful, they feel happy, and they want to come back. You know, it's like they're coming to a friend's house. So that was my dream, and I'm living it.
There you go, and you're doing it. So absolutely love that one, Hania. Truly appreciate that. Look forward to having you back on again and again and again to talk about what you've been writing in your journal today, to see what's coming to fruition. So wanted to pass you the mic one more time just to see if there's anything additional you want to let our readers and listeners know, but of course how best people can get a hold of you, find about all the awesome things that you're working on.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me again. You can find me. My website is www.beautybyhania.com. I'm on Instagram. Please connect with me at beautybyhania. And
there we go. We'll have all the links and information in the show notes as well too, so that everybody can follow up with you. But thank you so much again, Hania. Again, I appreciate you for the showing the power of having a vision and actually getting it done. So thank you so much for doing that. It reminds us how important for us to do that too.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you.